Now on CoastTV News.
Going against the wind and going with it. Why offshore wind protesters showed up in Lewis tonight.
Have you seen this man? Police in Millsboro need your help finding him after a reported theft.
Plans to save another piece of Easter Shore history. What's being done at the famous BB Ranch now?
Right to contraception. Republicans in the Senate blocking a bill today that would have established nationwide protection.
Coming up, I'll explain why higher dew point temperatures are a stormy setup for tomorrow's thunderstorms, and we've already had a taste of what's to come.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Signs of change and winds of change. Protesters projecting the pros and the cons of offshore wind power. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our News at 11. We begin tonight with the ongoing offshore wind debate.
Demonstrators lined the entryway to tonight's offshore wind open house that took place in Lewis.
DENREC's goal was for people to go inside to learn about the permitting process for U.S. Wind's offshore project, but people outside already had their minds made up. People raised their hands in favor and in opposition to offshore wind.
It's very disturbing.
U.S. Wind wants to build an offshore wind energy project off the coast of Maryland. Maria McCutcheon is worried about the big buried cables that would connect the turbines to the land.
This place is a nature preserve, and they're going to sit, they bring on board, it's called sitting, the massive cables from these turbine fields through and dig a 40-foot trench.
Wind power export cables would run under the Atlantic Ocean and state-regulated wetlands. The cables would land at 3 R's Beach, which is managed by DENREC, and ultimately run to the Indian River Power Plant. Right now, U.S. Wind needs 3 permit approvals and 1 water quality certification from 2 of DENREC's divisions. And then later this year, the Secretary of DENREC will make a decision. Competing posters outside of Beacon Middle School lead to these panels inside that explain each step of the permitting process that DENREC is involved with.
And importantly, they have an opportunity to connect directly with our subject matter experts and ask them questions.
Some are already giving the project the environmentally friendly green light.
Offshore wind is one of our best resources to help cut down on the air pollution coming in from the west and also create more energy independence.
It's a great place to go fishing. All the fish like to hang out where there's a pylon or an artificial reef.
But others, like McCutcheon, will be heartbroken.
My parents' ashes were scattered at 3 R's.
If the wind project doesn't die down. DENREC says all of the public feedback they're getting, like from tonight's open house, will go into the presentation at a public hearing on July 9th.
And that comment period is open until September 9th. All of this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what's your main concern with wind farms?
Let's take a look at the updated results from earlier tonight. On your screen, it looks like the majority of people are concerned with marine life. That's at 76% of the vote. 17% for visual impact. Not a lot of votes for those other options right now.
If you haven't voted yet, you still can. There's a little bit of time. You can go to coasttvnews.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. New at 11, a double homicide investigation underway. It happened in Milford. Here is what we know so far. This morning around 4:45 a.m., Milford Police were sent out to the 500 block of South DuPont Boulevard, where they found a 31-year-old man bleeding from the head. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The investigation then led police to the Brookstone Trace Development, and that's where officers found a 31-year-old woman and a 3-year-old child, both of them dead. This is an active investigation, but police say they do have a person of interest that's been detained. There's no public threat right now.
Taking a live look outside into Lewis, you can see those flags on the lightship blowing in a breeze. It did rain off and on today, so let's check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams now on our weather tonight. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Mallory. And yeah, we've had on and off again showers throughout a good portion of the day, and we're going to continue that for the next couple of hours or so. It's Thursday and the possibility of thunderstorms. That's the big weather headline that we have to really concentrate on. Our Gateway Subaru camera indicating in Ocean City right now we are indeed staying in the 70s for the next few hours with partly to mostly cloudy skies. We hadn't gone up much as it pertains to the amount of rain that we have, but we do have a coastal flood advisory that's active right now. We have an alignment of moderate to light showers along the coast at this present time. We're going to be concerned about possibility of flooding in Sussex County until 1 o'clock Thursday, but we also have that same coastal flood advisory for Dorchester, Somerset, and Wacomico until Thursday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, we also have concerns for gusty winds over on the Chesapeake Bay side and on the other side from Ocean City all the way down to Chincoteague, and a newly issued one that's an active for us for the small craft advisory off of the shore for us in Sussex. Now, all of that pink, or what I'm talking about right now, it's really talking about 25 to actually 30 mile per hour wind gusts that we're expecting. Generally speaking, we see the more intense cells that are going well to our north up towards Philadelphia, no longer an issue. Quickly looking at our expectations for tomorrow, listen, we're watching out for these thunderstorms to kick in at 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and these storms could go from bad to worse. We'll talk about the intensity in a moment. Till then, back to you, Mallory.
Hey, Paul. New at 11, the Millsboro Police need your help identifying the man you see on your screen right now. He is the suspect in a theft at Harbor Freight. Allegedly, that happened yesterday. Police want to question this man. If you have any information on who this is, you're asked to contact the Millsboro Police Department at the number you just saw on your screen. The intersection at Harbison Road, Chestnut Street, and Shingle Point Road in Milton is getting a safety upgrade. Since 2020, DelDOT says 9 accidents have happened right here. In order to encourage drivers to slow down, increase visibility, and reduce the number of accidents, DelDOT will be adding an always stop and pavement markings. One local tells CoastTV that the project is probably only part of the solution.
Well, they can try the stop signs, maybe that will help. But the first thing they got to do is slow them down. That will help everything.
DelDOT says weather permitting, work will begin on this intersection on June 12th at 9 a.m.
And now let's take a live look at the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., where new at 11, Senate Republicans have successfully blocked legislation that would have protected access to contraception. The vote on the Right of Contraception Act was 51 to 39, falling short of the 60 votes that would have been needed to defeat a filibuster and move that bill forward. Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska and Susan Collins of Maine were the only members of their party to vote with Democrats in support of the bill. And Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer switched his vote to no for procedural reasons so that he could bring up the bill again at a later date. The legislation would have established nationwide rights for individuals to obtain contraceptives and voluntarily engage in contraception. The project healthcare to protect healthcare providers who offer it. Top Republicans blasted the vote as a partisan stunt, while Democrats say that they won't rest until vital reproductive protections are enshrined into law.
So make one thing clear. Today was not a show vote. This was a show us who you are vote. And Senate Republicans showed the American people exactly who they are. They showed that they're not willing to stand up and protect something that 92% of Americans support.
Schumer also announced this week that Democrats will introduce a bill in the coming weeks to protect in vitro fertilization.
I'm Madeline Overturf, and here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. Worcester County's budget adds $5 million more for local schools. According to the county, $105 million in the school budget will cover health insurance, salary increases, and cost of living adjustments. The county says property and income tax stays the same. After a grassroots effort to save the BB Ranch in Chincoteague succeeded, now there are plans to rebuild the barn. The Museum of Chincoteague said it burned down in 2019, the barn that is, and now the museum is fundraising with special cedar siding from the ranch to make that happen. The Maryland Folk Festival is taking shape. The lineup for the Traditions area and stage in Salisbury has been released. Performers there, including the Pocomoke Indian Nation and Uamia Steppers, will represent different cultures on the Eastern Shore and across the globe. That's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
Up and down the coast, you'll see grassy dunes just like this one. But in one specific section along Bethany Beach, that dune is just gone, turned into flat sand. One local believes someone actually hired a contractor to clear out the dunes behind their house so that they can get a better view of the beach. But the land they cleared does not belong to them. This land belongs to the homeowner association, and for the HOA to make any changes to the dunes, they need the okay from DNREC, which didn't happen. People who have lived there a long time say the dunes are just so important.
It helps stop the sand from blowing, catches it. You know, the higher the better, obviously, the bushes and all, and protects the houses and the streets from the sand.
Although repairs are underway to bring the grass dunes back, locals say it will take years for it to look like what it once was. New at 11, tomorrow, the world will pause to remember the 80th anniversary of D-Day.
Allied forces led by U.S. troops carried out the largest naval, air, and land operation in history along the coast of France.
The invasion was one of the most effective and costly missions of World War II, with 3,000 American soldiers killed in the first 24 hours of fighting.
NBC senior national correspondent Jay Gray joins us from the American Cemetery in Normandy, a memorial and a final resting place for those that died there.
Final preparations continuing right now here at the American Cemetery in Normandy for what's expected to be a very special, very emotional 80th anniversary of D-Day here. Take a look behind me and you can see part of those preparations, American and French flags placed at each headstone in this cemetery, more than 9,000 representing those lost, many during the battle just over the cliffs here at Omaha Beach 80 years ago. This entire area framed by history, sacred grounds that are a tribute to the courage, service, and sacrifice of so many who perished here, but also to the dedication of a dwindling number of survivors continuing their mission 80 years later by honoring those brothers and sisters lost. Tomorrow, they'll be recognized by dignitaries and world leaders, including President Biden, during the memorial service here. During the week, though, they have been stopped by so many, not only here at this cemetery, but around the region here. People giving thanks, people posing for pictures with these veterans, most of them 100 years old or older. Of course, excited by the greeting, but to a man, those that we've talked to, and we've been very fortunate to spend some time with several of the veterans, they pass on the idea that they're heroes, that they deserve the attention. They instead shift that attention to those who were lost. They say these are the real heroes, a message they intend to share tomorrow as well. That's the latest right now from here at the American Cemetery in Normandy. I'm Jay Gray. Back to you.
One of the most important war efforts in American history. We have more to get to tonight.
Still to come, Georgia trial paused, former President Trump and all his co-defendants getting a little room to breathe as an appeal plays out.
And also, the strange race for the White House, how both campaigns are handling the fallout of Mr. Trump's recent convictions.
And we're looking for some fallout from the sky for Thursday in Cambridge because we have a yellow alert day with thunderstorms expected, but no more fallout for Friday and Saturday. Look for a couple of scattered showers in Crisfield as well. So we're going to go over just how intense these storms will be, but you got to stick around because we'll be back in about 60 seconds.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
With summer-like heat and humidity, we're bracing for a summer-like thunderstorm or two, particularly between 2 p.m. tomorrow and 7 o'clock at night. So right between that 5-hour period, that's going to be the opportunity I think we'll have, well, the best opportunity for some thunderstorms to possibly become ugly or even possibly severe. Our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis right now, holding at about 74 degrees. Now we'll dip to the lower 70s throughout most of the night, but what little rain we have right now is going to kind of fall off and dwindle throughout the rest of the evening. Now we warmed to 82 degrees for the high in Georgetown, 77 degrees in Ocean City, and 79 in Salisbury. Now when you take a look at the average, 80 and 61, you'll notice that our numbers weren't far. In fact, they're pretty close to the norm. But now we're concerned about the leftover remnants of the last part of the rain. So as I right on the last frame here, that's where the rain's located now. So it's in Lewis, Dewey Beach, Bottom Hills, Ocean View, right along Highway 1. That's what we can call it now, Highway 1 rain. And it's going to continue to track its way offshore. But we have some coastal flood advisories, not only just for Sussex, but also for Dorchester, Somerset, and Wacomico for Thursday morning. The very latest, 7 o'clock Thursday morning for those areas. Small craft advisory from Ocean City down to Chincoteague is staying in effect until 1 o'clock, meaning we're watching out for about 25, actually 30 mile per hour wind gusts, 30 to 35. Looking for that same breezy situation along the beaches, along the shore for us in Sussex County. But overall, we're going to see this quiet down because this warm front's already pushed through, and we're seeing the more active thunderstorms push through the city of Brotherly Love, well to our north, but leaving us alone for now. We're expecting scattered rain overnight, wet roads. Spot showers will form on Thursday. And then, by the way, in case you didn't know, today is World Environmental Day. I just thought I'd share that with you just because it's a science thing, and I am a bona fide science geek. So, that being the case, let's take a look at some more science, shall we? 1 o'clock in the morning, cloudy skies, a sprinkle in Ocean Pines, and a sprinkle at Del Mar. 5 o'clock in the morning, our short-term model showing us an isolated thunderstorm north of Willards. I think this model is pretty dependable before the sun comes up. Then things are going to burn off and then come back into play. You see, at 3 o'clock, it burns off, but then it comes back into play by the time we get into, let's say, the 5 o'clock hour. Now, the amount of rain is looking minuscule compared to what it was in previous runs. Only about maybe a tenth up to a quarter of an inch, best case scenario. But these models have been all over the place because we're going from spring to summertime, and the models just don't act right until we get to a full-fledged summer season or a full-fledged spring season. When we're transitioning, yeah, they're difficult, okay? But here's what we're expecting worst case scenario. Thursday afternoon, spotty showers, and then we're looking for the cloud cover to thicken for us, and then spot showers will flare up very quickly and move out of the way. And they're going to be brief but intense. Same holds true for the most southern portions of our viewing area. You'll notice by Thursday evening, they flare up, perhaps even over the water, and they clear out of the way. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodel Extended Forecast. I'm still going to hold to the Thursday yellow alert day because it's just going to be that zany by the time we get to 4 o'clock tomorrow.
Thank you, Paul. President Joe Biden rebuked former President Donald Trump as a convicted felon earlier this week. The remarks build off comments Biden delivered from the White House following the verdict in Trump's criminal hush money case in New York. But they mark the first time the president has mentioned his predecessor's conviction in a campaign setting. Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook takes a look at how both sides are handling the conviction and the appeal to voters.
During an off-camera fundraiser earlier this week, President Joe Biden called out former President Donald Trump as a convicted felon. This comes as some Democrats press for a more robust political attack following Trump's guilty verdict.
I do believe that if it was in reverse, that Donald Trump would campaign on that. I think that's going to be a decision on the president and his campaign team, but I, for one, have no quorums bringing up the fact that a jury of his peers found him guilty.
For the most part, the president has strayed away from talking about Trump's legal woes. But Biden did speak on it briefly from the podium after the conviction.
The American principle that no one is above the law was reaffirmed.
Meanwhile, the Trump team is speaking about it loudly and often, pointing toward the election almost immediately after the verdict was handed down.
The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people.
The former president's team says they brought in big numbers, 53 million online in the 24 hours after his conviction. Trump, whom a jury found guilty of all 34 counts of falsifying business records, has repeatedly and falsely accused Biden of engineering his criminal prosecution in New York. While Republicans have rallied around Trump since his conviction, it remains unclear how the verdict will go down in swing states, where the shift in a few thousand votes could decide November's election. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
In related news and new at 11, former President Trump's election interference case in Georgia is hitting a snag. A Georgia appeals court has halted the case. This as it reviews the lower court's ruling allowing Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis to remain on the case. A Fulton County grand jury indicted Trump and 18 others of participating in a scheme to overturn the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. 4 defendants have already entered guilty pleas. All others, including Trump, maintain their innocence. Mr. Trump faces 13 counts in Fulton County, including violating Georgia's RICO statute.
Still to come, on the mend, why Smokey the police dog is rocking this cone in this picture, plus the celebration in his honor. That's this weekend.
And one pup is good, but how about 70 years of animals? The Salisbury Zoo hosting their big celebration gala. We'll give you all the details.
The most incredible shopping on the beach, Blooming Boutique. Fashion, jewelry, and accessories as cool as an ocean breeze. You'll love this place. We put a smile on your face. You'll love this place. It's Blooming Boutique. Fashion, jewelry, accessories, and
Visit Blooming Boutique with 4 convenient locations, 2 in downtown Lewis, Long Neck, and Milford.
The house as a system approach sets FLC Energy apart from everyone. Advanced equipment like blower doors and thermal camera tests allow us to pinpoint the problem areas of your home and design solutions that last a lifetime. Before and after proof of our work allows us to offer up to $7,500 in rebates, when other experts can't. From healthy homes to insulation, crawl-space encapsulations to energy audits, call FLC for control of your home's air quality, moisture, energy efficiency, and comfort.
You've come a long way, Peninsula Bath. Sure has been fun.
Are you the bath guy?
Can you take out the trash?
Do you do lawns?
Listen, Linda, listen.
You should have called Peninsula Bath.
Khakis?
Share with us your favorite Linda memory, and you'll get 2024 off your next bathroom remodel with Peninsula Bath.
Mercy, that's a great deal.
Thank you, Delmarva, for a great year.
Taylor Oil Company leads a family of services offering energy solutions to Delmarva since 1927. Summer heat can be taxing on cooling systems. Now is the time to look into savings offered by the latest energy-efficient heat pumps and air conditioning systems. DT Travis can recommend the best solution for your needs with just the right system for your home or business. The Taylor Oil family of services. One number for all your energy needs. Call 410-749-2151. Day or night, our service never sleeps.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today. This is Coast TV News at 11.
Beavers, bison, and bears, oh my, you can support species like these at the Salisbury Zoo's upcoming event. The 70th anniversary gala is this Saturday, June 8th. The zoo will be closed that day, but the gala runs from 5 to 9 p.m. Organizers say attendees can learn about future projects in the works at the zoo and attend a ribbon cutting for a new eagle exhibit.
And speaking of animals, meet Smoke. The Ocean City Police Department says this canine is recovering after suffering an injury on duty, but you can't keep a good dog down. To help cover Smoke's surgery cost, the Maryland Police Canine Foundation is raising money, and even better, there's a celebration planned for Smoke this Saturday. OCPD says that King's Barbecue will be rolling Smoke from 10 a.m. until they sell out at Harbor Freelight in Berlin, Maryland. Coming up in sports, see if the Philadelphia Phillies could complete the sweep over the Milwaukee Brewers.
And also the Hunter Biden trial, what happened today and when the prosecution may rest.
And for our golf forecast, I'm going to say that it's going to be fair, only because the morning tee time might be okay, cloudy and a little drizzly. But in the afternoon, hang it up, because that's when we're expecting the thunderstorms. The last place you need to be with a long metal stick is where lightning could possibly strike.
We salute the United States Air Force. The U.S. Air Force, a pillar of American air superiority, has played a pivotal role in shaping the outcome of conflicts through unmatched aerial power. From the skies over Berlin to modern drone operations, Air Force personnel have excelled in their commitment to innovation and precision. We salute all those who have served and continue to serve in the Air Force, ensuring the security of our skies with unwavering dedication. Their critical missions in air and cyberspace secure our strategic advantages and uphold our national defense.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to CoastTVSalutes.com.
America's favorite car show makes its Dover debut with cool cars, cool people, and good time. It's the first ever Good Guys First Grundy Insurance Mid-Atlantic National, and it's all happening this weekend at Dover Motor Speedway. Check out over 2,000 of the Northeast's baddest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross racing action, a tire smoke and burnout competition, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, and so much more. And it's all going down this weekend at Dover Motor Speedway. Get details at good-guys.com.
At FH Fur, we know that a dripping faucet isn't just a nuisance. It's your home crying for help. That's why we say no to dispatch fees and goodbye to diagnostic charges. With our Get a Plumber in Your Home for Free promise, we focus on what really matters, solving your plumbing woes. Whether it's a stubborn clog, a running toilet, or a water heater on the fritz, we bring knowledge, experience, and professionalism right to your doorstep, free.
Call Fur. FHFur.com.
It's whaler season at Taylor Marine Center. Enjoy summer savings on the unsinkable legend, Boston Whaler. Taylor Marine Center has unprecedented inventory, factory incentives, and year-end savings on Montauk's Vantages, the newly designed Dauntless, and the offshore classic Outrage. Taylor Marine Center, with 2 award-winning locations to serve you in Milford, Delaware, and Ocean City, Maryland. Visit Taylor Marine today, your whaler season dealer.
When you want a new or restored residential or commercial deck, roof, or balcony, contact Delmarva Roofing and Coating to make the switch to DuraDeck today. For over 15 years, they've been consistently one of the largest installers in the U.S., installing over 1 million square feet of DuraDeck decks. With at least 10 years of experience, their certified installers install the pre-manufactured sheets to almost any surface. Plus, Delmarva Roofing and Coating also offers warranties for water tightness and aesthetics. Make the choice that lasts. DuraDeck. Find out more at delmarvaroofing.com.
At Homewell, our caregivers are compassionate, our care managers are responsive, and our process is built on honest and open communication. This process is what gives us the ability to fulfill our purpose and ensures your peace of mind remains our top priority. Homewell Care Services, trusted care, true compassion.
Hunter Biden's third day of court is now in the books. The son of President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden departed the courthouse in Wilmington, Delaware this afternoon. Court is done for the day, and the prosecution says they have 6 witnesses remaining, even noting that it is possible they will rest their case tomorrow. And based on that information, Hunter Biden's attorney says that the first witness for the defense could come Friday morning. Biden faces 3 charges tied to the possession of a gun while using narcotics and has pleaded not guilty.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
In MLB action today, the Phillies trying to complete the 3-game sweep over the Brewers. Aaron Nola has won his last 4 starts. In the 3rd inning, no score, Gary Sanchez liner, but Bryson Stott makes the leaping catch. Another look, Stott robs Sanchez of a base hit with the grab. Still no score, 4th inning. More Phil's defense. Willie Adames whacks it to center, and Christian Pache makes the running catch as he falls to the ground. Pache with the nice catch to rob Adames of a base hit. Phillies flashing the leather, still no score. 5th inning, all zeros on the scoreboard, but Nick Castellanos changes that. Flips it over the 374 sign and left, his 8th of the year. Phillies lead 2-0. 7th inning, same score, runner on third for the Brewers. Adames hits a hot shot to third. Alec Baum snags it and throws home in time to get William Contreras out at the plate. Garrett Stubbs blocks Adames from the plate and applies the tag. Nola went 7 shutout innings, allowing just 2 hits with 5 strikeouts. Phillies still up 2-0, top 9. Jose Alvarado in to close it out. Phillies win 2-0 and sweep the Brewers. And don't miss tomorrow's episode of Into the Trenches, the Wildcat Legacy, as Del Mar football continues to process grief while taking on their rival, Laurel, on the football field. The documentary airs on DSN at 7:30 p.m. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, somewhere to smile about.
On Coast Life, celebrate World Ocean Day with fun activities and stewardship, plus a sneak peek into a game night benefiting a great cause. And on Spill the Tea, a family babysitting dilemma, tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
Get your summertime snuggles at Puppies R Us. You'll find a wag-tastic selection of lovable puppies and all the food, toys, and pup accessories you'll need. Vet-checked, vaccinated, microchipped, and backed by our Healthy Pup Promise. Right now, when you purchase a new puppy, you'll get $100 off and a free bag of Canidae puppy food. For tail-wagging summer adventures, register to win a Possum Puppy Travel Pack. Visit us on Route 13 in Bridgeville. Family-owned Puppies R Us, where we put the puppies before us.
Calling outdoor enthusiasts. Maryland's coast is naturally beautiful. Be invigorated by salt air, endless waterways, and spectacular scenery. The year-round outdoor experiences are unlimited. Camping at state parks, enjoying a round of golf at one of the 17 champion golf courses, going for a walk around a local park, canoeing and kayaking, enjoying a bike ride, and more. It's time for you to go coastal in Worcester County. Plan your next adventure in our naturally beautiful towns and go to visitmarylandscoast.org.
Hey everyone, Sam here from Coastal Home Roofing and Siding. I'm really bad at commercials, but we're really good at this. Coastal Home Roofing and Siding is your source for expert exterior remodeling. From siding and windows to decks, porches, and more, with free estimates, no money down, and lifetime warranties available. As a licensed insurance agent, I can help with your claims and do quality work to stand the test of time. For all your exterior needs, call Coastal Home Roofing and Siding. I gotta go.
Cut. Hi, this is Jimmy Hoppa inviting you to join us as we take the cross to the country. Christian country and Southern gospel, all to celebrate our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Taking the cross to the country, Sunday mornings at 8 on Coast Country. Sponsored by Fitzgerald Salvage and Recycling.
It's summer concert season. Georgetown's Summer Concert Series returns tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at Sandhill Fields, but that's not the only lineup to look out for. Get ready for Rocking the Docks in Lewis. Nationally touring artists are coming to the Lewis Ferry Grounds starting June 12th. Most concerts take place on Wednesday nights, some are on Thursdays. Tickets and season passes are now available. I'll be emceeing select concerts throughout the summer, so stop by and say hi. Maybe Petey the Peacock or Paw will even make an appearance.
Wait a minute. Was that a slick way to say I'm going and I didn't know? Yeah. Oh, that was cold, Mallory. Anyway, yeah, apparently they just did. Okay, Tyndall's Ocean City. We're looking at temperatures in the 70s. That's what we do, communicate. All right, so we're looking at the last remnants of the rain pushing off of the coast. But if you want to keep up with your forecast, call our line at 443-880-9100. Sponsored by Baird, Mandalas, Brockstedt, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling exclusive 10-day forecast. Still calling for that yellow alert day on Thursday, mainly in the afternoon and early evening hours, because that's when those thunderstorms are going to fire off.
Thank you for joining us tonight on Coast TV News at 11. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.